All right. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Don Bridgewater.
Hey, Don Bridgewater, and what do you do?
I'm a first AD.
And what does that mean for people who don't know what that means?
For people that didn't know, I am basically in charge of safety, and I help manage a film set, make sure everybody knows what the schedule is, keep things running on time, and just make sure we're safe.
Fantastic. And being a female AD in the film industry, how did you break, and a female of color in the film industry, how did you break in? How do you feel you're represented? And how could you feel that you'd be better represented?
Well, as a woman in film, I had no idea that I would ever make it to the film industry. I started in radio and loved just being an anonymous voice on the air, and people never really connected with my face. And when I got an opportunity to work on a film, I answered an ad in the back of a magazine just to come in and be like some extra help, kind of like an intern on a film. And by like day 3, I was the second AD and helping like with boom and rolling sound and things like that. And caught the bug and really enjoyed it. And on my first feature film that I got, because I was PAing on another job, and a girl was like, hey, give me your phone number and I'll pass it on to somebody. And this is long before we were all on IMDb and knew what jobs were. And she's like, yeah, this job, they're looking for extra people, and it's called the Royal Tenenbaums. And I was like, all right. And I showed up first day on set for me. They'd already been filming for a while. And saw the call sheet, saw all the people, and was like, this is a real film, and got a really great opportunity to run around and learn. Didn't understand half the stuff they were talking about, but was eager. And by the second month into shooting, the sound mixer was like, you're really smart, you should get out of the business. And I was like, oh, like that was like caught me off guard, but it was like, oh, okay, I actually have a career, like I could do this. And the ADs helped mentor me, and I worked on a lot of other projects. Then eventually I went from being like a PA to like the key PA, kind of running the show for the PAs, and then eventually climbed from second to second up to first. And it's been a wonderful 19-year ride, and I've always felt included by the people that I work with, but then I was also really clear on the fact not very many people looked like me on set, and it took me a couple of years to realize that when I got into a position of power where I could hire people, the pool of people that I knew were all white men. So then all of a sudden it was like, hey, now I'm a first and I'm hiring my staff, and it was like a lot of men, a handful of females, but it still was very white and very heterosexual. And as a gay black woman, it was something that I didn't realize that I could hire people that looked like me. And in the last couple of years, I've really come into a place where I don't even have to think about it, and my whole staff is very diverse and all qualified. And for the ones that are like newcomers and don't really understand they're super green, it's like, I'm a teacher by nature. So I like, hey, look, if you don't have the experience, just work with me for like 3 months and you'll know. You'll be able to go on to anybody else's set and be able to run the show. And in fact, it's really hard for me to hold on to my staff because I encourage them so much to go on in first. If like they're any good, I'm like, you're a first. Stop saying you're a second, stop saying you're a PA, you're a first, and I'm going to teach you how to be one in the next couple of months. And that's where the change is really working, because now I feel really great. It's like my legacy, when it's all said and done, is not about what did I do and where's my name on the film credits and things like that. It's about how many opportunities I could allow for other people. It's about the film industry having kinder, gentler, smarter, safer ADs, and knowing that I helped train and shape that industry so that it didn't go from back in the day when assistant directors were known as like screamers and like rough energy on set, and now bringing light and love and diversity, so that when you look around a set, it's like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable because I see me in you. And so that's like this really beautiful gift that I've been given, and I'm receiving, and I'm passing on to make the world look a lot better. And that starts in my own workplace.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so if someone was new and they came in and say the director told you to hire their nephew,
Mm-hmm.
what would make you hire that person back?
Well, the first thing is if they want to be there, because there's definitely a lot of times when you get a must hire or somebody who just is like, hey, I'm new and I'm interested, but that may not be the job for them. You may just want to get on a film set to find out you want to work in camera, you want to be a grip, you want to work in craft service, transportation, but you have to get on the set. And I respect that. So it doesn't matter who I'm told to hire. It's like, look, if you want to be here, I will teach you. And I'll help you in any other, field that you want here on set or outside of set. But a lot of times it's like, here's this person and they're just here for the like, ooh, I work in showbiz, and they don't necessarily care about the art of our actual craft of what it is that we're doing, my department, others. They just want to be around famous people or see like a cool stunt, and they're watching the set and the camera and the talent more than they actually are watching like, hey, we need to keep it safe, or hey, like we're setting lights here, don't stand here because you're in the way. So for me, it's really about like, if you're eager and want to be there and you show any sort of interest, I'll teach you.
Amazing. And it's February, so what does February mean to you?
February means it is my month to not only educate myself, but to educate the people around me that Black Lives Matter, I matter, my history and my culture is really important, and we've been here for years. This is something that every February I get to remind people that we are also part of the culture. You may not see me every day in a newspaper. You may not see me every day when you're thinking of, you may not see me every day when you're thinking about like, who roasted these coffee beans, who created this, coffee machine, where does this come from, are there any scientists and astronauts other than Neil Armstrong? Like, you may not be thinking about that every day, but for the month of February, I'm like, my life matters. I'm important. I'm here. I'm a business owner. I run film sets for a living, and I exist. And it's not just people that one look like you. They look different all across the board. And for the month of February, I get to tell you that like, we're creators, we're inventors, we're intelligent people, we're doctors, lawyers, nurses. Just look it up. Just think about it. Educate yourself, and I'm here as a shining example to show you that there are people in power that aren't white, that aren't straight. It's a beautiful world, and so you just have to see all the colors.
I love that. And what wisdom would you like to pass on, if you had one thing to say, specifically about making Black history every month because it's American history?
The beautiful thing about being me is I get to represent gay people, Black people, and women 24/7 just by walking in the world. And I am it's very important for me to make a difference in the world every day just by walking in it and being a positive example of a human being. I just so happen to be a gay Black woman. So Black History Month, gay rights, Women's History Month is, coming up, or, and it's like, it's every day for me. It's every day that I get to walk in the world and show an example of an intelligent, beautiful, talented, strong Black gay woman.
Yes, you are.
That's all I got, and that's what I can show to the world, so that you're not thinking of me as like, all Black people are crooks or rapists or, bad people. It's like, no, I'm here too. I'm in my Metallica shirt. I go to Metallica concerts. I rock out with the best of them. I have a good time. I pay my taxes. I own a home. I'm a great person. Just get to know me before you judge me.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yay.
This is awesome.